Hey all, Trevor here with Thread of Leaf, and today we're going to be sitting down and walking through this past week's worth of content and give you guys a little bit of a heads up as to what we have coming this next week. But I must say this past week was a really exciting one because we've got the new podcast up and running, and with Mike being my first guest, it was a blast talking about all that rosin and the list of other topics we went over. So with that being said, let's get our intro in here and we'll dive into all that. Welcome back, you guys, and like I said in the intro, today we're going to be wrapping up this past week and giving you guys a little bit of hype as to what we have coming this next week. Now, with that being said, we're going to start things off on Monday with the Pink Haze by Rad Cannabis, or Rad Reefer, depends on how you guys have it branded. Here, I was disappointed with the outcome of that, to be honest. For a $42 7-gram bag, it was relatively dry in comparison to the Pink Kush from Pure Sun Farms, because that's really a good dollar to dollar comparison, because for 7 grams of Pink Kush, it's $42. The Pink Kush was definitely fresher from Pure Sun Farms. It had a little bit of a better flavor profile throughout. I've got a little bit of that Pink Haze left, you guys, and I've been just rolling it up in joints purely because of ease of consumption. But, that being said, it's still an enjoyable experience for the light rush of a head high that it delivers and the kind of mid-body bake that's presented as well. It's not anything that's going to knock your pants off, or knock you on your ass. I don't know why I combined those two. But it is something that's going to spark up and give you a nice little midday bake. From there, we went into the OG Lime Killer Moon Rocks from Dab Bods under the Stigma Grow license, and they did really well for the overall quality and the flavor that you get off these Moon Rocks. Now, after smoking through that review, I found that topping my bowls is really the best way to do that, and the Platinum Scout from Joy Botanicals is a really nice flower to top it with, to give you more of that easing and relaxation effect of the hash and body ache and pain relief of that honey oil that I'm really finding is beneficial. And the reason that I break it down like that is I find that pain relief and relaxation comes in really fast, similar to when I dab, where it's that vaporization, the activation of that honey oil first, and then the smoking of the hash that takes 10 or 15 minutes to build up. And that gives me more of just the mellowing out and overall just ease and relaxation effect for my emotion and my actual kind of mental experience, where the pain and the body effect settles in a lot quicker. And it both stay and hold for a nice little experience. So topping the bowls with those Moon Rocks are definitely my suggested way of consuming. If you guys have another way of enjoying them, definitely let me know. Wednesday, I already hyped this up a little bit. We have the podcast, you guys. It released its first video upload on Wednesday. I really enjoyed sitting down with Mike. It was just shy of 2.5 hours. We had a really good time, and I'm absolutely excited to continue on with this project, because we're going to have a blast, and we're going to be able to have a lot of amazing people on the podcast, you guys, and involved in the growth of the channel, and as well as the knowledge base that we're going to have available from getting some information and some overall just details from different companies, different growers, different accessory producers, because that's what we've got coming next week. But I'm going to save that for when we're hyping up the content in just a few minutes, because Thursday we had the Cherry Kush by Box Hot 510 vape review. I enjoyed sitting down and smoking that cartridge. I've actually sat down and smoked the entirety of that cartridge before uploading that video and recording the weekly wrap up for you guys. It was that enjoyable of a flavor for me, especially for just sitting there and sipping. It wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't really anything that I find got washed away quickly either. So when you have a really rich and hearty flavor from a cartridge that coats your mouth and your palate, I want to hit that once and then let it sit there and develop and not washed away with a secondary draw or a third draw. It's really one of those ones where it's just, I gotta let it sit and build. This one was one where I could just hit it consistently and really enjoy the experience of that kind of light, bright cherry flavor that you get right off the onset, but it does dissipate relatively quickly. So it's one that I didn't find that the fresh hit would wash away the developing flavor of the existing, not existing, but the previous draw. That'll make a little bit more sense, you guys. Friday, we have the Sunset Sherbert from Panelists Labs. I really enjoyed smoking that. Flower, it's probably one of the better renditions of the Sunset Sherbert that I've come across, but I don't think it'll be the best. Why I say that is the overall flavor and the consistency is quite nice, but the high and the intensity of the flavor that's delivered isn't the most influential or really potent experience that I've come across. The cross that make up the Sunset Sherbert really do have me expecting some dense and dank nugs. I'm not getting that real dense and dank stink from these nugs. They're more great price point for an introductionary experience to these strains, especially when you're getting it at the 15 grams for $75. I'm not going to complain too much, but I'm not going to say that it's the best experience of this genetic on the market. From there, Monday, we have some fun content starting for you guys this next week, because we have another 5-day week for you in the content upload schedule. Starting things off with the BC LB33. This is going to be a Larry Bird genetic or a gelato. I thought that one would be fun to follow up with the Sunset Sherbert, since Sunset Sherbert is one of the strains that crossed into creating this hopefully tasty and heavy-hitting genetic. Then from there, we're going to continue our Stigma Grow based content reviews with the Libra 1-in-1. This one's going to be a Maui Bubble based strain, but it's going to be an even distribution of THC and CBD throughout. I'm really intrigued to see how that Maui Bubble is going to taste, because we've had a Bubble Haze come through the shop for a cartridge and it tastes like bubble gum. So if this Maui Bubble has a similar experience, it could do very, very well. From there, Wednesday, we have that second episode of the Bud Tender series, you guys. This time, we're going to have a little bit more of the accessory and supporting local artist-based conversation with Mary and Joe from Sweet MJ Essentials. I'm really, really excited to hear your guys' feedback on those. Where was I going with that one? On that episode, I will have the audio edition uploaded to iTunes and Spotify, Amazon, any of the major audio distributors, as well as the Wednesday upload for you guys on YouTube. But if you want to check out the audio, you can get it up to 2 days early. From there, we have a Jack Flash distillate dispenser or applicator, is what Mood Ring defines this fancy pen that they have. I heard the OS clicks were liked, but they weren't the best option on the market. I actually personally did not try them myself, but this Mood Ring dispenser caught my eye, and I'm very interested to see how it's going to work in comparison to just the standard syringe that I actually have one of. So we're going to bring that and see how the function compares to just a standard syringe, you guys. From there, Friday, we have a Tallyman from Natural History 3.5 gram bag that I'm absolutely pumped to dive into. I've been hearing nothing but amazing reviews of this Tallyman, as well as seeing some other companies get interested in growing this genetic. So I'm intrigued to see what one of my first experiences with this strain is going to be like, especially with the Alberta-based grower Natural History providing the bud for me to enjoy. But with that being said, you guys, we're going to wrap up the weekly wrap up with that last little bit of information from Natural History. I really am looking forward to what this week has to offer. And with that being said, I'll give you guys a sneak preview of what we got coming for you next Wednesday. But after that, we'll have our end card slide in here, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely like this video and comment down below. Let's kick these guys up into the algorithm and help the channel grow. From there, all you guys want to do, if you haven't subscribed, you hover over my logo. After that, you guys will get the subscribe button. You click it, and then there's a bell notification right beside it. That's going to let you know anytime one of these videos hops up for a premiere or we go live for one of our what's going to become a little bit more rare live sessions for the next little bit. From there, we got 2 videos on the bottom here. One's the most recommended, the other one's the most recently uploaded. But I'll let you guys in on how I tasted Rawhide for the first time before the end card slides in. This example is the Sassafras 510 card. I reviewed that one, and I referenced that it tastes like rawhide. Like a rawhide dog bone. And somebody on there commented, and they're like, please tell me you've tasted rawhide. Here's the story behind that. I had an uncle and had a pack of rawhide bones, whatever, brand new. Pulls them out and he's like, yeah, this is a leather chew. Just gives it to me. And I stick it in my mouth and start chewing on it. About 10 minutes later, my grandfather, what the fuck are you doing? I'm just chewing on the leather chew. It's like, that's for the dog. So I can reference what rawhide tastes like, because I sit there and my uncle was dying laughing for those 10 minutes. Didn't clue in. Yeah. So
awesome. And this cartridge tasted like that?